said, let's go ahead and get into our national days of the week. Monday, January 19th. Not only is it Martin Luther King Day, observed, not really his birthday, but it's the observed day of his birth. And that's not what we're celebrating on Monday, January 19th. No, we're celebrating National Gun Appreciation Day. Now, as an American, you need to own guns. It's what we do. It's what makes us special. We got this thing called the Bill of Rights. It's the first 10 amendments of the United States Constitution, and it tells us certain things. One is we can practice whatever religion we want. If you want to pray and bow down to kitty cats, you can do that. Two, well, one, and freedom of press, freedom of religion, freedom of speech. One covers a lot of things. Two, the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. It's the second thing. Guns. You should own guns. You should be proficient in the use of guns. And you should be prepared for the zombie apocalypse. Zombies ain't going to take themselves out, man. Okay? We're going to have to do it. All right? And we all know how to kill a zombie. Headshot. You got to get a headshot. And, you know, if you're not proficient in the use of firearms, headshots aren't your thing. Headshots are difficult, especially when they're wobbling back and forth. You got to lead them a little bit, you know. Take that shot. I have the ability of I have free range guns here in the household, much like Vice President Vance's mother or grandmother. I think it was his grandmother. There is a gun within reach everywhere in this household because I shouldn't have to go find one. Wherever I am, there is one nearby, and I know where it is. And in the event of a zombie apocalypse, headshot. Headshot for everybody. Double tap. Make sure they go down. I've watched Zombieland. I know the rules. Cardio, check. The back seat, and double tap. Think about the zombie apocalypse on Monday, January 19th, National Gun Appreciation Day. Tuesday, January 20th is National Cheese Lovers Day. For those of you who are lactose intolerant, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry for you. Because if you're not able to eat cheese, you're just letting the best things in life pass you by. I love cheese. I love all kinds of cheese. I like the stinkiest, the ickiest. Give me cheese. With the cheese with the holes in it. I know one particular person who doesn't like his cheese to have holes in it. I like that. I like the Munsters. We have decided to let the audience this year decide our question of the week. And if you so choose, please throw out what is your favorite cheese as one of the questions. My dad's favorite stupid joke was Gouda. You like that cheese? It's okay. It's a Gouda. So stupid. But it's true. Gouda is a good cheese. But an important thing to know about eating Gouda, take it out of the wax. When I was a child, we had a lot of wax things. Wax drinks. They would put liquid inside a wax thing, and you bit the top off of it, and you drank the liquid, but you also ate the wax. And Gouda is wrapped in wax. And if you don't know better, it's easy to eat the wax. especially if you're a child that grew up in the 70s who thought, wax was edible. Don't eat the wax. Don't eat the rind either. A lot of your hard cheeses have that hard rind. That's not meant for eating. That's meant for preserving the goodness on the inside. Look, man, if you don't know your cheeses, here's real simple. Go and get you some Cracker Barrel. Is it Cracker Barrel? Does Cracker Barrel make cheese? Who are the crackers that make cheese? You know what I'm talking about. It comes in a little brick, and you slice it and dice it, and sometimes it comes sliced for you. I don't know. All I know is I haven't found a cheese yet that I don't like. I like cheeses. And you can like them too, especially on Tuesday, January 20th, National Cheese Lovers Day. Wednesday, January 21st, is National Hot Sauce Day. I have a friend who has made hot sauce. He's got his own peppers, and he does his own thing, and he cuts out the seeds. God bless him. And he makes the pulp and the grind and the things, and he puts it all together, and he wears a mask because these are some potent peppers. He's donated. I have 3 donations for my friend Maynard. I got the blueberry kind. Great googa-mooga. Man, that the thing about the whatever the blueberry hot sauce was that he made, I think it was blueberry and Carolina Reapers. I'm going to tell you, I have a lifetime supply. I have a lifetime supply of that particular hot sauce because one dab will do ya. It is remarkably hot. And then he made another one, peaches or apricots, I don't know. But it's a little bit more milder, and I don't have a lifetime supply of that because I put many sprinkles on my salad. Yes, I put hot sauce on my salad because lot less calories than salad dressings. What else do they call salad dressings? What are the thing that you put on salad? Salad dressing sounds right. What's the other thing that those are called? Anyway, a couple of splashes of hot sauce saves you a whole bunch of calories in the salad department and gives you a nice little spicy do. So yeah, and then there was another one that I got that I leave in the office. No, not vinaigrette. That's not the word I'm looking for. Salad dressing, salad something. And then there's another one. It's kind of, it's almost spoonable. It's that good, but it's very hot. So whether you buy your hot sauce commercially, and let's be clear, sriracha is not hot sauce. Sriracha doesn't even come close. Tabasco, that's a hot sauce. You know why? You could tell. It says it right on the label. It's hot sauce. But you got to go from Tabasco up. And sriracha doesn't even equal Tabasco. Sriracha is like ketchup with some pepper in it. It's not, I don't know what the big salad seasoning, salad dressing. I don't feel like that's the word I'm looking for. It's a bottle of stuff that you put on top of a salad. I can't remember what the name of it is, or the name I'm looking for, or the word I'm looking for. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming along and trying to pop in. Along with what is your favorite cheese, another great question for this new season of the Lunsby Show would be, what is your favorite hot sauce? And there are, it's a good question for the listeners because the scale, people like mild and people like really spicy, and there's a whole bunch of in between. So it's a curious question that we may ask our listeners in the future on the Lunsby Show. But we're thinking about now, on January 21st, National Hot Sauce Day. Thursday, January 22nd, is National Blonde Brownie Day. I need to ask my partner about this because I'm going to need a definition. I know what brownies are, and I know what blondes are. Both things I like to eat. I don't know what a blonde brownie is. I would imagine it's a brownie that's not dark colored, a light colored brownie. I don't know. I don't know how to appreciate blonde brownies when I don't know what a blonde brownie is. It must be a lighter version of a brownie. Does a blonde brownie have walnuts in it? Does a blonde brownie have nuts in it? I don't know. I like nuts in my brownies. It's so stupid. I do. I think nuts belong in brownies. In my brain, I have to differentiate between a brownie and fudge. I'm not a fan of fudge. I do like brownies, but I don't eat brownies or fudge regularly enough to know the differences, the nuances of the shades, of the hues of the brownies. I'm going to get more educated about it on Thursday, January 22nd, National Blonde Brownie Day. Friday, January 23rd, National Rhubarb Pie Day. Now, I think it's fair to say like 98% of Americans have never eaten rhubarb. And 98.9% of Americans have never had rhubarb pie. Now, rhubarb is a beautiful vegetable that grows out of the earth with a fantastic color on it. It's amazing. I've never been sure of what part of the rhubarb you're allowed to eat. There's a part of the rhubarb that if you eat it, you will die. And there's another part of the rhubarb that if you eat it is tasty and delicious. So much like a blowfish, have a professional chop up your rhubarb. I think, the old adage, if it's red, you're dead. This was before they realized you could eat tomatoes. There was a time when tomatoes were considered dangerous and deadly and nobody ate them. Foolish, foolish humans. You're just letting the best things in life pass you by. We have said many, many times on this show, everything that we eat was eaten by someone for the first time. Everything every human has ever eaten, once upon a time, there was the first guy. And for years, for whatever reason, because it was bright and red, they thought tomatoes were deadly and dangerous. And they wouldn't eat them. And then they said, "Hey, Joey, try one of these things over here." And he comes over and he eats it, and it's tasty and delicious. And the world has never been the same. Once we realized you could eat tomatoes, all of the good things happened. Now, rhubarb was the same way. And I say it like this. You don't have to be a scientist to do science things. And the first time humans came across rhubarb, they looked at it and they said, "Wow, that's bright red and purple. We probably shouldn't eat that. That's a warning sign from nature. That's going to kill us." And then they executed the scientific method. They had a theory. They postulated a theory, and then they experimented. And the first guy to try rhubarb probably died. He probably ate the section of the rhubarb you're not supposed to eat that is kind of poisonous. And boop, done, dead. And time goes by, centuries go by, eons go by, and eventually another human goes, "Hey, What about this thing? Did we ever try eating this? And they walk over and they take a bite out of it, but they don't take a bite out of the deadly side. They take a bite out of the tasty and delicious side. And cheers, cheers, and cheers. And then they made a pie. It's going to be hard for you to celebrate Friday, January 23rd, National Rhubarb Pie Day, because they're just not prevalent. They're hard to find. Like a good mincemeat pie, you don't find them at the corner store, okay? You may have to make your own. You may have to go out and gather. Yeah, hunter-gatherer. I was trying to think of the word. Yeah, you have to go out and gather your own rhubarb, which, considering that we just got like 4 inches of snow, should be easy to find because it'll really jump out at you. Anyway, if you can find some rhubarb, and if you've never had it, treat yourself. Treat yourself to an amazing rhubarb pie. Get a nice pie crust, and get the rhubarb and make the filling and put it in there and put the top on it. Put it in the oven. It'll change your world. It'll change the way you see things. Rhubarb is amazing, and it's just growing all the time, and no one takes advantage of it. Unless you use the wrong end. And then, well, it was good knowing you. That's Friday, January 23rd, National Rhubarb Pie Day. Saturday, January 24th, is National Peanut Butter Day. George Washington Carver, right? Isn't he the guy that invented peanut butter? Isn't he the guy that said, "What the heck is this?" And they're like, there's peanut, sir. And he's like, "Well, what do you do with it?" And they're like, "We don't do anything with it. It's a weed that has taken over the field, and it's a very invasive, and we're trying to get rid of it." He goes, "You ever thought of trying to make something out of it?" And he's like, "I don't know what we could do with it." He goes, "Why don't we start with just smashing it and smash it down into a nice smooth cream? Let's try that." George Washington Carver, food genius. I think he invented a bunch of other stuff. And I'm not really sure if he's the guy that invented peanut butter, but I believe he is. I could tell you this. There is a way to make a peanut butter sandwich, and there's a way not to make a peanut butter sandwich. There's the man way. You make a peanut butter sandwich like a man. And there's the other way. Not necessarily women, just non-men. Okay? Here's a peanut butter sandwich made by a man. You get a slice of bread, preferably Wonder Bread. You know why? Because Wonder Bread is amazing. It's wonderful, right? It's the best bread in the sliced white bread variety. You get a piece of Wonder Bread, and you get you some peanut butter. Now, whether you like chunky or whether you like smooth does not matter. What matters is the quantity. The quantity of peanut butter on your peanut butter and jelly sandwich should be equal to or greater than the slice of bread. So when you put a layer of peanut butter on top of a layer of Wonder Bread, the depth of the peanut butter should be greater than, equal to or greater than a single slice of bread. And then you put some jelly, maybe some jam, a light preserve, if you will. Do they make a rhubarb jelly? Oh, God, that sounds amazing. We should make that. We would be rich. But whatever you put, whatever sweetness you put on top of the peanut butter it's very light. It's a sweet, soft dusting. It's a very light touch of a jellied substance. Grape, strawberry, raspberry, rhubarb, whatever it is, it's very, very light. Very like a sheen of a sweetness on top of a glob of peanut butter on top of Wonder Bread. Boom, another piece of Wonder Bread. Done. That's the sandwich. That's how a man makes a peanut butter sandwich. If you don't follow those rules, you are not a man. Now, it's okay not to be a man. And it's okay to make non-man-like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But if you're not a man and you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for a man, these are the rules. Wonder Bread, equal to or greater than slight Wonder Bread. And that's what it is. Test it for yourself on Saturday, January 24th, National Peanut Butter Day. Sunday, January 25th, is National Florida Day. Now, I don't know. We've never come across a state having its own day before. But if any state deserves a date, I agree with Florida. I was a New Yorker, and then I transferred my allegiance to become a Floridian, and now I live in Pennsylvania. I have not yet accepted the moniker of a Pennsylvanian. This is where I live, and it's probably where I'll die. But, I still got a lot of New York in me, and I still got a lot of Florida in me, and I just don't know if I want to be a Pennsylvanian. I love living here, and I love the house and the weather and the snow and the seasons and the wildlife. Man, I love this place. And the dead body parts reselling market that exists here, and apparently rhubarb and whoopie pies. I love Pennsylvania. But I also love Florida. And I love New York. And I don't want to be Pennsylvanian, even though these are my people. These girth-enhanced people make me feel welcomed and lived in. But let's get back to Florida, a state with its own ecosystem. It's got everything. In the north, all the houses in North Florida have fireplaces in them. You know why? Because it gets cold in North Florida. You don't realize it because the state is so long, but the north part of Florida, they have fireplaces and winter and sometimes snow. But once you get down to the I-4 corridor, you don't get any snow past I-4. You really don't get any. I don't think Daytona has ever seen a day of snow. Orlando's probably never seen any natural snow. They've got some man-made snow. There's probably a ski resort in Orlando these days. But you keep going further and further south, and you get into Fort Lauderdale, and you get into Miami, both places that I really love. And then you get down into Key West, which is also an amazing place. Florida really does have it all. It's got everything you want except mountains. In some areas, the highest you can get is an overpass. Yeah. I can see the whole county from up here because that's as high as you get. Or bridges. You get some tall bridges. You got the Matthews Bridge there in Jacksonville. My mother recently crossed over the Matthews Bridge. Unfortunately, she didn't know the rules. The rules are anytime you drive over the Matthews Bridge, you have to be listening to Limp Bizkit. Take it to the Matthews Bridge. For all of my friends in Florida, and I still have so many friends that live in Florida, I miss you, and I need to find an excuse to come see you. If for nothing else than to hang out in Florida, to get my Florida-ness back, to be in Florida, so I can hold off on being a Pennsylvanian just a little bit longer. Then as long as I can. I don't know how long I can fight the good fight. But currently, I am not a Pennsylvanian. I am still Florida man. Florida man! And celebrate along with me and all of my Florida friends on Sunday, January 25th, National Florida Day. What if I got that all wrong? What if National Florida Day was Florida Evans from Good Times, right? The mom, her name was Florida, Her last name was Evans. What if National Florida Day was all about good times? Think about that. Moving